What would this channel be if not for the occasional popular headphones review? I'll be honest, that didn't even make sense. I don't even know why I said it. The Beyerdynamic DT 770 Pro 80 ohm headphones. I'm wearing them right here. It's a tiny bit of nerdy stuff, and it's coming right up. So, good day and welcome to the Time Preservation Society. I'm Rick O'Connell. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of new content right when it drops. On to you. Cheers. So once again, with headphones reviews, there's no way you can judge for yourself how they sound. I have absolutely no instruments with which to do measurements. You'll just have to take my word for it. I have many sets of headphones here in the studio, and I've owned, sold, traded, or otherwise destroyed even more of them. But my two favorite headphones of my entire collection are the Sony MDR 7506s and the Sennheiser HD 25s. I've used these DT 770s briefly in the past, but decided that it was time to give them a real test and review these properly. I don't even know what properly means when reviewing headphones. Unscientifically is probably more like it. But I can show you a really cool trick for almost any headphones for making them flat. I'll tell you about that before the end of the video. For now, Beyerdynamic, a people's history. Beyerdynamic was founded in Berlin, Germany, all the way back in 1924, which makes the company 100 years old this year. Wow! The very first dynamic headphones ever created on Earth were invented by Eugen Beyer back in 1937. Those were the DT48s, and unbelievably enough, those headphones remained in production for 75 years, only ceasing production in 2012. They should have never stopped making those. I think that's why we have all these Mandela effects and altering timelines and all that other stuff. It's because of that. It has remained a family-owned company all these years, and today they even have offices headquartered in Farmingdale, New York. The DT 770 Pros were released in 1985, which was Legend and The Goonies ago. Great movies. And they have since found their way into almost every major studio in the world. I'm sure you've seen these all over the place, and definitely all over YouTube. You're seeing them now. And do you know what happens when you see a piece of gear over and over and over again? You eventually want it. It gets to you, eats at you, bit by bit, until you're adding it to your cart. So what do these look like up close, I wonder? Behold. The DT 770 Pros are very nice looking headphones. They've got a black molded plastic exterior with a robust spring steel headband running on top of your head that is covered in a very soft, removable padded leather enclosure. DT 770 Pro 80 ohms is written on the outside of each ear cup. The cups themselves are an incredibly soft padded silver gray velour that is designed for comfort even when worn for long periods of time. They're ear pillows. Inside, they've got high-end 45mm drivers. The 80 ohm version has a 9-meter straight cable that connects to the left ear cup. That cable terminates in a 3.5mm connector, but comes with a screw-on 3.5mm 2/4-inch adapter. Metric to imperial. That's the way to do it. Each cup is adjustable and will fit just about any head. Here's an interesting factoid about the DT 770 Pros. Their frequency response is insane. In the membrane. From 5 Hz to 35 Hz. This ensures the entire audible spectrum is fully covered without compromise. Almost every part on these are replaceable. So you buy these headphones once, and then they should last you the rest of your life with a little maintenance every decade or two. Though I can see the ear pads replacing a little more often than that, depending on the use case. The DT 770 Pros are all handcrafted in Germany, so you're getting the real deal. They also come with a drawstring pouch. And people who don't like headphones pressing on your ears, rejoice. Unless you've got massive satellite dish ears. In that case, I don't know. There's a good 60 millimeters of clearance inside these cups. When I wear them, they barely touch my ears. And I say barely because they don't feel like they're touching my ears at all. But they have to be, right? I mean, I don't know. When I said they were ear pillows, I meant more like they're pillows for around your ears. At least mine. Anyway, zero pressure on the ears. They weigh about 270 grams, so not the lightest headphones, but far from the heaviest. They measure... Oh, hold on a second. Let me find my trusty old measuring tape here. You know, this measuring tape was used to measure shoes by a boy named Alan Parrish before he played a strange board game and then got sucked into it for 26 years. I picked it up in a New Hampshire suburb back in 95. Anyway, they measure 90 millimeters in diameter on the outside cups and 105 millimeters diameter of the pads on the inside. And then, of course, the 60 millimeter diameter of clearance on the inside of the inside cups. The rest is inconsequential. The DT770 Pros come in 3 ohm versions, the 32 ohm, the 80 ohm, and the 250 ohm. So which do you choose? Here's an easy guide. Devices such as most smartphones or portable media players or laptops or anything like that, the best option is probably the 32 ohm because there is less impedance. It requires less energy to push them. You can push them harder easily, so you'll be able to listen to music or watch movies on any device with plenty of volume. For audiophiles and people who have powerful headphone amplifiers and are looking for the cleanest and clearest, best sound, the 250 ohm version is probably for you. But be warned, if you use the 250 ohm version with a smartphone, you'll barely hear any audio at all. Even in a studio setting with a nice interface and pro gear, the volume would still be, a bit lower than you'd like. That's why the 80 ohm version is the best of both worlds. It's got high enough impedance to sound wonderful. It can be used with a smartphone, albeit rather quietly, and they work well for most recording studio and critical listening applications. That's why I went with the 80 ohm version. They work perfectly in my studio. Though, I do need to push them harder than my Sony MDR7506s. To purchase a pair of Beyerdynamic DT Pro 80 ohms, you're looking at around $169 US. That's actually a great price for what you're getting. I mean, it's really, really great. And if you want to buy them, and you can get them from Amazon, buy them, test them out, send them back if you don't like them, but chances are you probably really will. And use my links. That would really help my channel because I've got links to buy these if you want in the description below. Use those because that'll help me. Now, some of the criticisms of these headphones are that the high end is far too crispy. I'll say that they seem to have a little bit of a V-shaped frequency spec kind of thing. This can feel like it enhances the high end more. And also with them having frequency response of 5 Hz to 35 Hz, the high end is super there. It is in no way rolled off, so it's kind of like the highs are real. They're real. I don't know. It's hard to explain. They don't hurt or anything like that. They're just there, I actually really, really like these headphones. I love them. I've been wearing them for a while tonight now, and they've been great. But if you're a recordist or engineer like me, and you're looking to make them totally flat, there is a really cool workaround that I learned from Arian of Arian Audio, one of the world's greatest microphone capsule makers. If you go to the website autoeq.app, this one right here, you can enter the type of headphone you have and then choose flat, and then choose your method of applying this curve. In my case, I'm choosing convolution EQ, and then choose the sample rate of your DAW session, the bit rate, and either minimum phase or linear phase. I'm choosing 48 kilohertz, 32-bit, and linear phase. Then you can download the resulting impulse response. Then you just load it in your favorite convolution plugin on the master bus, and it'll correct the headphones to completely flat. I'm using Open Air, which is the stock convolution reverb in Studio One. Just turn off the reverb parts of that. Load in your newly downloaded IR, and Bob's your uncle. You've got a totally free headphones correction algorithm, and it works. I've tested it on all my headphones. You can do this with so many types and brands of headphones. I made some for my Sony 7506s and also my Sennheiser HD25s, and it works really, really well. So if you ever want to check your mix or your audio recordings with ruler flat headphones, this is how you can do it with whatever headphones you have for free. So I've had a chance to really play around with these headphones for the last few weeks and, compare them to all my other ones. I will say that I really love these headphones. I didn't think I was going to like them as much as I did. Even without the flattening curve, they're super comfortable. They have a really beautiful and natural bass response. The highs are very articulate. Even the mids are really nice. The soundstage is fabulous. The isolation is amazing. I mean, when these go on, the world goes off. You know what I'm saying? It's just you and a better version of the world, which is what you're listening to when you have these on. That's what I think of it. I see why these are so popular. I get it. I use my Sonys for all my audio editing and mixing tasks. I've used them for years. And because I've used them for years, I know them very well. I trust them. If I can get something to sound good on the Sonys, then it generally sounds good on anything. I might totally switch these for a while, just use these for a bit and see if I can get to know them just as well as I can the Sonys. I don't know. When I have time, I'll do that. From a listening standpoint, the DT770 Pros do sound better than the Sonys. They're also definitely more comfortable. They also isolate better, so you'll get less of that click track bleeding into your live mic, you know what I mean? I'd say the DT770 Pros are among the best out there for tracking, because, I mean, you're... like, everything's in here. For now, though, they're going in my booth, and that's where they'll live. As I use them more, they might just end up replacing my Sonys, so we'll see. So yeah, I fully recommend the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros, the 80 ohm ones. Buy them once, and you'll have them for the rest of your life. Well, that'll just about do it for all of me here at the Time Preservation Society. I only gamble with my life, never my money. Bye now. In transmission. And watch the other videos. You know the drill. Click on them even if you're not going to watch them. Let them play in the background. I can use the views. Yeah, watch them. Give us a like. See you later.